A man without a dream is like a bird without a feather. Hello to our amazing champion community. This is me, Vaibhav, and welcome to another amazing episode of Being Champions with Vaibhav Nahata. In today's episode, I am beyond excited, and that's for a very special reason. I'm going to definitely share about it further. But before we go ahead, let me introduce you to my very special guest today. It's Mr. Rajendra Khitan. He is the chairman of Khitan Group, multiple businesses, Lakshmi Bank, Himalayan Bank, Prime Life Insurance, Carlsberg in Nepal, and so many other businesses related to real estate. And at the same time, if that's too much for you, he has also been the past vice president at FNCCI. Also, he was the past member of the Constituent Assembly, and nevertheless, he's the president right now of the Nepal British Chamber of Industries, and there's so much more to share. But if I had to share in one word, you could say he's a personification of holistic success, and beyond everything else, he's the most handsome 50-year-old you'll see in Nepal. So before we go ahead and delve into a beautiful journey, a big welcome to you, Rajendra sir, in this episode.
Thank you, Namaste.
I'll share you something really personal, the champion community, before we go ahead. Rajendra Singh is one of the person who has made one of the most profound impact into my life. It was 2017 or 2018. I was 17, 16 years old then, to be precise, and I wanted to do something. I had some dreams and all that stuff. And I reached out to Rajendra sir saying that I want to learn from you. I'm eager, like desperately. I just reached out to him, and he's like, sure, come on. So I went to Kathmandu a few days later. I was in his office, and in the first glance, I was literally amazed. I mean, how can someone have such a beautiful office, right? We were scheduled to talk for 30 minutes, but he gave me 1 hour of time. I shared him about his dreams. He guided me throughout, and he gave me one advice that changed the trajectory of my life. After everything else, Rajendra sir told me, Vaibhav, you have amazing dreams, you have amazing things you want to do. I love your energy, but you don't yet have goals. You have to be specific about what you want in life. And ever since I took that principle into application, everything changed for me. I'm yet to do a lot in my life, but whatever I've been able to do, a big thank you goes to that one single advice. Do you remember about that, Rajendra uncle?
Yeah, 100%. I do remember.
Indeed. Thank you so much. So before we go ahead and ask more specific question, one generalized question we have is, there's so many youths in Nepal who have so much of potential, right? And you see that very often. But most people are looking at different job segments. If you go into any college, any school, I want to be a bank manager, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be XYZ professional, right? But people don't look at entrepreneurship with aspiration at this point of time. Why do you think is that happening, and how do you think that breakthrough and transformation can come?
Well, people want to be an employee for three reasons.
Uh-huh.
Number one, to learn experience so that in future they can start something of their own. Number one. Number two, definitely at that age, there is a lack of confidence from the family, friends, and third and the last one is the resources.
Hmm.
So, for example, you have an idea, you have a money, you don't have
Uh-huh.
an idea. You have a money, that's not enough. You have an idea, but you don't have a market. So, if you mix all these, the reason people still choose to be an employee and then become an entrepreneur, which
Uh-huh.
is in fact not a bad idea. But I would say that going directly to become an entrepreneur is or can also be a very great idea. A very good thing is that the government of Nepal, Security Exchange Board, has allowed 5 companies to do venture capital. Now, what is venture capital?
Mm-hmm.
Say, for example, you yourself, you have an idea and you have a
Right.
small money
Uh-huh.
from your pocket. You
Uh-huh.
go to this venture capital and tell them you need market access, you need configuration of the company and system, and you need finance. So now this venture capital will bank on you and do everything for you. And then years time, they'll come back, they'll leave the company with you, take their money back under a valuation which has been agreed, and then it is left with you. So for an entrepreneur
Mm-hmm.
who really can do, has a zeal to do, a new avenue is coming up, and this will create a huge market for startups, for entrepreneurs who lack resources or ideas or have something, but like they have a market, they don't have a product. They have a product, they don't have a market. Okay, they have both, they
Right.
don't have finance. So this can be done, and then this will help people to become entrepreneur.
Amazing. Indeed, it's a notable thing for everybody who aspires to become an entrepreneur right there. Now, along with the aspiration of being entrepreneur, there's so much that is changing since the time that you started business, and the people who want to do, get started with it right now, or want to succeed in any genre of life, right? What do you think are the three most essential skills that any youth in 21st century needs in Nepal to become successful in their domain?
Well, number one is change.
Uh-huh.
There is nothing that is not been supplied. There is nothing that has not been serviced.
Mm-hmm.
What extra are you giving? What
Right.
capacity you have? What knowledge you have that you can feel or you sense that you can sell it? So you have to be confident with what you have. You have to create something different from others. So this is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, your capacity to arrange the logistics, be it finance, look for market. You know, don't get yourself involved with government bureaucracy, looking
Right.
going from bank to bank, going
Mm-hmm.
to different markets and doing research. If you have a skill, just be confident about it and look for one window which can help you to do this.
Hmm.
Third, ability to take risk. You are not sure. What you
Mm-hmm.
create, somebody may not create. What
Right.
you do, people will not follow you.
Right.
And one day, they will be a competitor. So you need to have a capacity to take the risks and change
Mm-hmm.
the avenue. When you see that the competition is coming, then suddenly you add value to your product. You add value to your service. You create something more. Okay. So the way you started and jump into the market, you know, drive the market with your capacity so that the competitors are left behind. So I think these are three important components.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Indeed makes sense. And that's why anybody who wants to get started with doing business in terms of a country like Nepal. But let's go a little bit more behind, sir. Let's look at a teen who is in the 10th grade right now, in the 7th grade right now. And let's talk about how we are building an education system right now. Do you think there is a fundamental gap in our education system to foster dreams, to foster the skills that you mentioned right now, to foster possibilities of doing something really big?
Well, entrepreneurship and education are two different things.
Right.
Education helps to become an entrepreneur or to
Mm-hmm.
nourish your capacity, but it's not a barrier.
Right. Uh-huh.
It is your inherent capacity. It is your inherent in your blood and brain. Entrepreneurship is hidden. I have seen people, I have seen children
Uh-huh.
who has that capacity. You know, they buy
Right.
from one person, sell it to a second person. You know, one experience, one of my friend's son, what he did, that he was waiting for his father, but his father was inside building for a meeting.
Right.
So he saw that in the corner there was a balloon man selling a balloon. So
Uh-huh.
he bought all the balloons, you know,
Uh-huh.
and then he went to the little dense place nearby where a lot of
Uh-huh.
people were moving. And suddenly there were kids and they bought
Uh-huh.
their his balloons, you see,
Wow.
and he made some money, $2,
Uh-huh.
$5, you see.
Uh-huh.
And he told this story to his father, and his
Uh-huh.
father shared with me. So
Uh-huh.
this is something which is hidden inside you, inherent
That's
inside
right.
you. Education is not a barrier. If you look
Make.
at the top
Mm-hmm.
three, four, five worldwide leaders of the business community,
Right.
probably these are self-made entrepreneurs, and they were probably school dropouts, college dropouts.
Indeed, they were. Indeed, indeed. But specifically in context of Nepal, when it comes to the education system in a wholesome, do you think it is discouraging to people who see big dreams, who want to become anything entrepreneurs or something big, who want to do something big? Do you think there's a culture where dreams are not fostered really well?
I would say that it's not discouraging, but
Okay.
it is not encouraging. It is of a different track. This is not
Right.
complementary to the entrepreneurs. It is
Hmm.
not supporting the entrepreneurs. It is
Right.
not supporting the economy of the country. It is not supporting the economics as a whole. From the childhood, people
Hmm.
should be developed to learn how to do something new, something different.
Hmm.
And when you learn something different, to do something different,
Hmm.
probably you'll become an entrepreneur. And
Hmm.
present education system, be it in whole South Asia, I don't think is promising enough.
Indeed. If you were to point out two things that could bring a difference in the education system for better of the country in a wholesome, what would that be?
Probably I would say that from class 5 onwards,
Uh-huh.
you know, there should be a chapter which ultimately arrives at a economics, business, trade.
Right.
We should
Uh-huh.
start galvanizing students. So
Hmm.
when we find that in class 5, Ram has an Ram has a knowledge of something. Something attracts him. Okay. Sham has something that attracts him. So a
Hmm.
teacher should, get him and promote him and tell his parents that this boy
Hmm.
has a hidden skill which we need to, you know, which we should for his future career. So that has to be picked up and then gradually groomed. And that's not
Right.
happening. It's like a
Hmm.
bulk school, bulk class. Now you have to identify particular skill. So what I would say that from class 5 onwards, something new has to happen. Who will look at future from trade, economy, a difference between what is being done and what has to be done, what can be done, what new thing can be added. So that's what number one is required. Number
Uh-huh.
two, uh, a school related to entrepreneurship, be it not politics,
Right.
polytechnology,
Uh-huh.
be it economics, be it trade school, be
Hmm.
it factory management,
Hmm.
be it skill to transform air into economy, mud into economy,
Wow.
water into economy. That
Hmm.
sort of school has to be started separately so that those from the business family, those from the professional family, those who see the child and children who has a potentiality can go to this school. Let's forget about SLC. Let's forget about bachelors. Let's forget about masters. We need to make a paradigm shift.
I love that. I love that so much. And with that same question is related another thing, uh, there's so much of variable changes that happen in our country every now and then. There's a political instability when there's companies like, let's say, Pathao coming up with concept of ride sharing. We don't have policies to accept them yet. There are other fundamental little changes that are happening every time within the country that makes the youth question, if they're really potential in Nepal, right? So what's your perspective? Do you think really that there's a potential, and how can that potential be specifically identified by the young champions?
Well, your question has two meanings.
Uh-huh.
Number one, if you look at potentiality, that has to be found by the teachers, family, friends, that this man has, this boy, this girl has this potentiality. So this is
Right.
something which is self-picked with an experience, sharing with the ideas, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, the legal barrier, which Pathao has seen or others are feeling. This is
Mm-hmm.
something wrong from the government. Government should rather promote you and me to get everything done here and
Mm-hmm.
go to the global market and be give a competition. Whereas our legs are pulled within the country. So how can we show our performance? How can we
Exactly.
develop ourselves? How
Mm-hmm.
can we become a national standard and global standard? How can we become an entrepreneur that is of a global standards? You see? So there is a barrier, and that is a leg pulling barrier. So I think these two things has to be separated and dealt separately.
Indeed, indeed. Now, I remember from the visit I made to you last time, and this is something that you believe in so profoundly. You believe in the power of dreams. you know, that a person who can dream can actually achieve big things and all that stuff. And that's really amusing. I remember asking you again and again, how did you do this? You say, I dream, I dream, I dream. And that's really amazing. For every young champion that is watching this episode, let's say he has a dream of starting a hospital, let's say he has a dream of starting a business, let's say he has a dream to go out there and do something of meaning, right? How can that bridge of dream and reality be built? What are the steps to it, and how can a person get started?
Well, dream is something which is your concept.
Uh-huh.
You think of something, that is your dream.
Right.
You see it or you don't see, but you have to sense yourself that I can do this, and
Right.
that is your dream. You have to transform it into a dream, you know, or your dream has to be transformed into implementation. We
Wow.
call it uh, terraformation, something
Okay.
like that. There is a particular word which
Can we
people
go a
are
little
thinking.
deeper into this concept of terraformation?
I think, for example, you take Mars now.
Mm-hmm.
There have been three flights, three robots landed. Number
Right.
one, NASA.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, by UAE, which is not landed but is flying by,
Right.
continuously orbiting. And
Mm-hmm.
third, China has landed another robot, probably day before yesterday, probably Friday or Saturday by the
Uh-huh.
morning.
Uh-huh.
Now, they're trying to find out how oxygen can be built.
Hmm.
Okay, the oxygen level in Mars is 1%.
Right.
Now, the idea is coming that first, one idea is coming that you have to, uh, put a nuclear bomb there, so that will transform the things over a time.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, technology, that
Mm-hmm.
you send hundreds of rockets with
Right.
goods and create something there.
Hmm.
Okay, so oxygen has to be built not in the air, probably inside the buildings.
Hmm.
Okay, the technology which will create oxygen, which will take your CO2, which will create life. You put a lot of plants there, and there is an automatic system. You see, so this is something which is transformation. Okay, when you walk near river or sea,
Mm-hmm.
think what you can create from sea and river. Okay,
Wow.
people thought
Wow.
of producing electricity, and it's now more than 100 years old, 125 years old business. And the way telephone, the way bulb started, electricity started. You see,
Hmm.
so these are Wi-Fi. Okay, these are the changes. So you have to think something that I can do this.
Right.
My idea clicks to this.
Hmm.
This is something which I sense, I feel. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
something that comes to their dream, that do this. Something when they see their parents, their teachers, their friends, and think of a different idea. Okay, so that is something which is going to be your future.
I love that. I love that. And the way you put it into the anecdote form, that's really amazing. Now, I want to get personal. We're in the end part of today's episode almost. I have a question. What do you do on a regular basis that has made you the person you are today, in terms of maybe habits, in terms of the way you think, in terms of some values that you really believe in? Can we talk a little bit about that?
Well, what I dreamed, what I
Uh-huh.
sensed some 35 years ago, 36 years ago, that has been achieved.
Right.
Now I'm not in the age that I dream anymore. I cannot
Uh-huh.
dream anymore. So what I'm doing is consolidating
Okay.
within one umbrella. I'm
Uh-huh.
trying to stuff whatever diversification is possible within the range of business which I am doing.
Right.
So if you come and tell me that okay, let's do partnership into a factory, I'll say no. If somebody
Hmm.
comes and tell me that this is coming and let's do this, I'll say no.
Okay.
But if somebody is coming, what I have dreamed of and what I'm doing, what I've achieved, okay, I'll immediately
Uh-huh.
take it up and partner with them. Okay. So my focus is under certain circumstances. Within that, any value addition, any diversification, any new products,
Uh,
I'm ready to jump into. Okay. So I'm becoming a focus to particular range of products, which is my aim. Now, what will happen that if I go to diversify somewhere else, and then if I lose my interest into what I'm doing now,
uh-huh.
probably both may suffer. Okay, that may not be good for me at this age. So my target is to make what I am doing now a more stronger, more diversified, more creative, more service oriented, more market accessible product with more and more modern value, modern technology, modern system, modern products added there. So that's my idea.
Amazing. I love that. Yes. Now, I have a surprise for you. Do you like surprises?
Indeed, why not? What do you
Okay.
like?
Yeah.
So let me surprise you by telling everybody that 2 days before it was your birthday. So we call it happy belated happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Now it's my turn for surprise. Now,
Most welcome.
my surprise is something really different. Right now, we are going to go for the rapid fire round, and it's going to be a little different than the conventional rapid fire. I'm going to put out random words in front of you. These could be as random as a comb and as specific as Khitan group. The challenge is you need to respond within to that word in a maximum of 3 seconds. You have to start responding to it, and it can be only a sentence long. Are we good for it?
I'll try my best.
Amazing. So let's get started. Rajendra Khitan is your first word.
Correct.
Handsome.
Don't agree.
I definitely agree to it. Success.
Half agreed.
Dreams.
100% agreed.
Happiness.
True.
Smile.
True.
Money.
Not doesn't matter.
Fun.
Definitely yes.
Bollywood.
Doesn't matter.
Amazing. Vaibhav Nahata. That's
A
the word.
young, successful future of this country.
Thank you so much for that. And the last word is your business, one business advice, one final business advice.
I will say only one thing.
Uh-huh.
Please go inside yourself. Find out what will be your future, what you intend to do, what you can do, and you will do what your inside heart tells you, and you will achieve it. And for that, whatever logistics are required, the country is there, the world is there, and we are there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajendra, sir, for this interview, for this podcast. You know, it's so special for me because it all started with seeing you in that room, seeking guidance from you, and getting back and getting this interview opportunity with you was really special. Thank you so much, Rajendra, sir, for this very special episode. I'm sure so many people are going to get so much of inspiration from this episode. Until next week, to all my champions, remember you're one step away from getting started to becoming your champions. That is taking the one step itself. Until then, bye bye and have a great week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.